My name is Lonnie Mitteis. I'm 59 years old. I work for the city of Grand Island, Nebraska. It's IAFF Local 647. I've been a firefighter paramedic for the city of Grand Island for 20 years. On January 8th, 2019, I was diagnosed with stage 3 bladder cancer. My story takes about 14 months to explain, and people need to understand they need to advocate for themselves. They need to open their mouths. If you don't feel right, if things aren't right, doesn't matter if it's physically or emotionally, you need to say something. In my case, I had an issue in November of 2017 where I couldn't control my urine. It was constantly going to the bathroom. So I went to my doc, I explained what was going on. They took a urine sample. I had a UTI, a slight UTI, a urinary tract infection. And his first words were, "It's probably your prostate, you're over 50. And I said, no, my prostate's fine. It gets checked at work every year during my annual physical. My PSA is great. It's probably better than most 20-year-olds. So he said, well, then you're just having bladder spasms. So he said, I'm going to treat the UTI. He gave me a med for the bladder spasms. So for the next 6 months, everything was fine. It seemed like the med was working. I wasn't having any urinary problems. And then it slowly got worse and worse to the point where in November of 2018, I made an appointment with urology here in our town. I went in there, told them what was going on. First thing out of the PA's mouth was, "It's probably your prostate." And I said, "It's not my prostate. I get checked every year at work. PSA is great. This is something else." And it turned into a very heated, short argument. And she finally literally threw up her hands and said, okay, we'll get you scoped. We'll see what's going on. So they also at that time gave me a treatment for my prostate. They gave me Flomax to see if that would help. December, 3 weeks later, December, I had my bladder scoped. There was no doubt. There was a huge mass inside my bladder. It's about the size of a woman's fist. So January 8th of 2019, I had a biopsy. They found out I had bladder cancer, stage 3 bladder cancer. My last meeting with the urologist, he told me, he said, if you hadn't come in here and been willing to argue and advocate for yourself, we would have sent you home. He said, it happens all the time. You guys come in here with the same complaint. We send them home with prostate medications, and we say come back in 6 months. He said, if you would have come back in 6 months, it would have probably been too late. When I went to oncology, the first thing he said was, you are the first person who's ever come in here that had bladder cancer that they didn't find blood in your urine. So I discovered it before, I actually discovered the cancer before the tumor had started bleeding. Same thing when I went down to Omaha, Nebraska to have surgery at UNMC, where they built me a new bladder. One of the things I asked the surgeon was there any cancer in my prostate? And the answer was no. It was always in the bladder. So you need to be aware of your body. You need to be aware of how you feel, how you should feel. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's physically or emotionally. You need to open your mouth, and you got to take care of yourselves, because we spend our whole careers taking care of other people. We need to take care of ourselves too.